now it's time for Wombat's Fortnightly News.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a lot of Fortnite news because people are writing in like J Brad 001. Hey, Wombat, what do you think about the new Fortnitemares modes in Fortnite? I only started playing because of your reviews and the Marvel event, so I'm not really digging this shadow stuff.
Yeah, they started that today. This Fortnitemares stuff, which it's okay. I like the challenges that they're throwing in there, but the fact that the Fortnitemares mode has replaced the normal mode is sort of a bummer. It's not an addition to, it's just all that's there. And what it is your basic Fortnite, your battle royale, you fall onto the map, you're looking for weapons, it's you versus 100. But now when you get killed the first time, the game isn't over. You fall back down to the map as a ghost with ghost powers. So it's like a second round of the game.
Call of Duty's doing the exact same thing, except
I heard
it's zombies, not ghosts.
Yeah. So it's that. And it's fine as its own thing, but I'd prefer if the other version was still there.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I tried the Call of Duty one. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I don't have that installed anymore.
Takes up a lot of space.
Takes up a lot of space. So I'm sticking with my Fortnite. Although I did get a new, they give you free stuff when you do these events. So I got my free weapon skin.
So happy for you.
I know. I can tell. I can see it in your eyes.
It's good. I'm happy.
There's a twinkle when I said free weapon skin. It was like boo boo.
Right. When you pay for the skins, then I get a double twinkle.
I don't. Well, although Ghost Rider, I think, comes out this week, and that I passed on Daredevil.
You paid for some skin though. You remember you said you did, no?
Yeah, I'm not saying I never paid for it. I'm just saying I passed on Daredevil.
You passed on some, you saying.
Yeah, I'm like, yes, I bought Captain America.
Okay.
I didn't buy Daredevil. I'm tempted to buy Ghost Rider.
Got it. Okay. So you will buy the skins, is what you're saying.
I didn't know you were a big Ghost Rider guy.
I do like Ghost Rider, yeah.
What makes you like Ghost Rider?
Johnny Blaze is cool. One of the first comic books I ever owned was... And I don't even know where I got it from because I was too young. I think it was like someone gave it to me like, this is what a comic book is. Literally, like, you'll like this. And it was this team up with Ghost Rider and Man-Thing and Werewolf by Night. And I want to say maybe someone else. And I had that comic book from like the age of 3, maybe, till about the time I moved out of my house. And then my mother got rid of all my stuff. And I just I have fond memories of Ghost Rider because it was one of the first comics I ever read. Does that work for you?
No, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah, that and oddly enough, I have a strong affinity for Man-Thing because he was in that too.
Sure.
Yeah, and Werewolf by Night, whose real name is Jack Russell.
Fortnite is just squarely going after the dads now. Is that what we're deciding on? Like Ghost Rider, like kids do not care about.
No, they don't care about. Well, you know what? They do a really good job of towing that line. Like for every Ghost Rider that they put out, there's also going to be another character that my son's going to be like, "Oh, I haven't seen that skin since season 3," and I'm like, "I guess." Yeah.
Are your kids excited the Ghostbusters are coming to Fortnite?
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't care that Ghostbusters. Actually, you know what? When I told Elliot, he was like, "Ooh, are we going to get those?" I'm like, "No, we're not going to."
Which Ghostbusters?
My guess is they're just gonna have like a generic jumpsuit with the proton pack. Like that'll be it. I don't think it's gonna say Venkman on it, but
I mean, if they want the dads to buy it, they better get Venkman on the thing.
$15 for all the different skins that just have a different name tag on them.
Well, no, you can make the guys look like the actors.
They were charging $20 for the full Daredevil set. So
I think. It's the dad strategy is a pretty good one.
It's not a bad strategy. It's good. I mean, it totally works. You get dads and kids playing together and they're enjoying things, and then they're like, "Oh, I guess we'll buy this." That's how it usually works out.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. They're just going all in on it right now. Like every one of these ones that have been coming out are firmly dad properties.
Yes.
It would not surprise me if they go get G.I. Joe at some point here.
Mm-hmm.
This is where
it fits.
if we're getting Ghostbusters at this point,
Definitely.
G.I. Joe can't be far behind.
Especially since they use guns in G.I. Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
Since it actually makes sense.
It makes perfect. No, it makes perfect sense. I'm shocked they haven't done it yet.
I'm sure it's on the calendar. They gotta,
Yep,
spread these things
yep.
out a little bit.
Just like they added Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Smite, which I
They
thought was
did.
weird.
Oh,
Have they added Turtles to Fortnite yet?
No, not yet.
I want to see the Turtles running around with some guns.
Teenage Mutant
probably will. I
Ninja
mean-
shotguns.
I'm sure it's on the calendar.
Mhm.
Did anybody watch AOC's Twitch premiere last night?
I watched about 5 minutes of it. My daughter watched all of it.
Yeah,
She
I watched
thought-
some of it. I never watched. What's the game called?
Among Us.
Among Us. Yeah, I never really watched it. And
Oh, you had never played that game?
no,
Well,
I know about it. I know the concept, but I never checked it out. It was a good stream. She's a good streamer. She's that's I think what is the second or third most watched?
last I saw was third most
It's
watched.
pretty good for just like an impromptu
Yep.
congresswoman. Yeah, and Polygon I saw called it the future of something. I didn't know what they meant by that though.
The future politics? I don't know.
I don't know. They had a couple articles up about it, but I don't know. Like, I wonder what impact that stuff like that has on actual real life. The people who are watching that, of
But
age.
here's
are
my
they-
thought process on it.
Yeah.
Ready? So right now, the people that were watching it, let's say my daughter watched that whole thing.
Mhm.
She's 12 going on 13. Close in age to your son.
They were talking about it at school today.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're gonna grow up theoretically with AOC being the candidate that reflects their interests. So when she's like 30, well, let's say
She's 31 now.
Yeah, she's 31 now, but she probably wouldn't run for president. The earliest would be 2028, which would be 8 years from now, which would be when your son is 21 years old and old enough to vote.
18, right?
Yes, the voting age is 18, but there's not going to be a presidential election when
Got
he's 18.
Right.
But he'll be able to vote when he's 21, and he'll have this connection to her that may even be subconscious of this is the candidate from the ghostwriter of candidates.
It's pretty smart, and
I knew I'd get shipwrecked with that one.
Yeah.
it was pretty impressive. I gotta say, it was pretty impressive. And Ilan Omar, Omar? That's her name, right? She posted the specs on her gaming PC, and they were pretty impressive. She's got a rig, Wombat.
Good for her. She's a congresswoman. I'm sure she can afford whatever she wants.
I know, but like the fact that she has one is just impressive.
Yeah.
Ben Gilbert tweeted that she had a nicer rig than he did, and he writes about video games for a living. He's in the wrong business, I guess.
I guess so. He should have been a congressman
Right.
because that's so easy.
Right.
Just wake up. I'm gonna be a congressman.
What, you're saying it's so easy to be a writer at a Business Insider? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's easier to be a writer at Business Insider than it is to be a congressman.
Fair
There's
enough.
fewer of them than congressmen.
True.
Yeah. I don't know about that. So yeah, that was pretty impressive, and I don't know. We'll see if she does it again. Like if this is gonna be a regular thing. Is she gonna mobilize now? Like a
I
whole
don't
thing?
know.
She must have seen how effective it is. They must have had, there was 430,000 concurrent viewers. So that means, like millions of people watched that during the like it was long too. It was like it must have been a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It seemed pretty significant in some way.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for the gaming community.
Right. Here's a question: is this a big deal? Amazon Luna is live now.
Who knew?
That's why this is.
I don't even know what that is.
It was news.
I know
it was
what it is.
newsworthy.
I'm kidding.
No, it's the Google Stadia from Amazon, except they actually figured out we should do a subscription service where you get the games like Netflix as opposed to Stadia, where it's a subscription service and you still have to buy the games also for bonus. The
Yes,
review
bonus.
seems, yeah, bonus. They just throw the money through the internet right at us. The reviews seem pretty good on Luna, like tech wise and value wise. So they have 50 games and it's $6 a month, and it works. Streaming games, and the games are, newer games. So Stadia, how much longer does Stadia have, or are they just gonna push?
Well,
through
they're
Google?
partnering with Quibi, so
solid partnership. Google, you can't say that Google has a good track record of letting things just, find their way and in the market. Usually it just, they don't have no problem pulling things. So
they're mixed. Yeah, but they're, they also have a good track record with devices. And
they just canceled the Nest alarm system, I believe.
did they?
Yeah. And
Oh,
what
that's
happens
even-
when,
Really? They canceled the Nest alarm system already?
I think so. I hope I didn't make that up. I think
It
so.
wouldn't. I mean, it doesn't
Here,
surprise
Google
me. It's just kind of
Nest
surprising that they
alarm.
are
Because
out
the
of that
Echo's been a
business.
big, and the Dots have been a big
Yeah.
success for them.
Google has discontinued the Nest Secure
That's a
alarm
different.
system.
That's a different company. Amazon's device is successful. Google's
Right,
not.
right. Yeah, Google Nest Secure Alarm discontinued.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, what happens if you buy a Stadia and you buy these you're buying these games, right? And then the Stadia's get canceled. What, are they going to refund your money on the games? I don't think so.
No, you're just screwed.
So, see, the problem is they just did the subscription plan. People couldn't have invested further than the
Yeah,
subscription.
but I mean, I just don't think of, maybe it's my short-sightedness. I don't think of Google and hardware as a thing.
But it's not really hardware. It's streaming. The whole point is the hardware's on their side, but they fucked up the whole marketplace aspect of it. Like, who's going to invest? Everybody must know, the track record is iffy. What happens if this thing folds? I'm not going to invest couple $100 in games on this thing if it could go out of business next year and I lose all the games. At least with the Amazon one, you're not out anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes, that's why it's an easier risk
sell,
to
you
take.
think? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yes.
and if they want to increase revenue on that one, all they have to do is throw it into Prime for a little while, right?
Mhm.
If they want to just add Luna into Prime,
Sure.
then they probably make all kinds of money just by doing
Even if
that.
it was limited, like if they have two versions, Luna Plus and Luna Prime or whatever they call it, the same thing they do with the Amazon Music.
Right.
Yeah. If they just folded in some of that to Prime, that gets people into it for no cost above what they're already paying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unless Google switches to this model, it's.
I think it's already too late.
I mean, it is probably, but they have to switch immediately because it's.
I
just,
still don't know what I have to do to play Stadia. I have no idea.
I thought I had to buy something and plug it into my TV.
I
there's
have no
a
idea.
Chromecast.
Yeah, so I have to buy something and plug it into my
Yeah,
TV.
correct. They may give you one if you subscribe to something. I don't know, but who's going to look that up?
Great. Yeah, exactly. Great plan. I'm assuming with Luna, do I just sign on to Amazon and play a game from there?
Probably. I still, it's going to be tougher to compete with people who have, an Xbox and Game Pass, but for other people, the $6 a month seems like it's a pretty good price. We talked about the Modern Warfare Warzone Halloween mode. It's just basically at night and different. When you open the crate, sometimes a scary ghost jumps out. You get a jump scare, like an old internet style jump scare, good old fashioned. Scare the shit out of me. I didn't know, wasn't expecting it. It seems pretty fun, playing at night. People don't see you as much, so I feel like I can do a little better if I'm just more careful. And they have the zombie mode that we talked about too, where now the zombies have a super jump, and you can basically jump maybe 5 stories, I would say. It's pretty cool.
AOC's back on right now.
Uh-oh, let's jump. Maybe we'll raid her after.
Yeah, I think we should. I believe it looks like she might be playing Counter Strike, if I'm reading this correctly.
No, why? That's probably not right. I'm thinking.
Or is it just someone trolling?
Someone's trolling.